Hi guys, Olive here today to do another dual nonfiction review. This month for Nonfiction November, I read two different books about our favorite types of pets, one about cats and another about dogs, so I thought I would take this opportunity to discuss both of those books here in one video. I will be starting with the book about cats because, well, they're my favorite. That book is called The Lion in the Living Room: How House Cats Tamed Us and Took Over the World by Abigail Tucker. This is a book all about the house cat, popular and beloved worldwide. But in this book, Tucker questions just why that is the case. Why do we love our cats so much? And why is the internet so obsessed with them? Dogs, the arch nemesis of cats, were originally bred to be work animals. We see modern service dogs out there performing very necessary tasks for their human companions. Dogs can be so much more than just companions. But the same really can't be said of cats. There is, to my knowledge, no such thing as a service cat, although I regularly tell my cat to get a job. There doesn't seem to be a clear reason as to why cats are so widely loved, but this book attempts to explain their success. From their origins in the Middle East, cats have been kept, loved, and even revered since ancient days. Yet, unlike dogs, we seem to have had very little control over their domestication. As Tucker notes in the book, they basically domesticated themselves. And now, as opposed to big cat species whose numbers have decreased worldwide, the simple house cat exists in huge numbers, both in households and in the wild. In fact, their numbers are far too abundant in many environments worldwide. Cats are very frequently considered an invasive species. Because of their natural inclination to hunt, many species of birds and small rodents are dwindling in numbers because cats can't stop the urge to kill them. Because cats are such efficient breeders, they're really taking over a lot of environments, and they're often receiving human protection while they do so. So if cats aren't great for the environments that we've introduced them to, why do we still love them so much? There's one theory out there that suggests that the reason why we find cats so visually appealing is that their facial anatomy very closely resembles that of a human baby. They have also seemed to learn how to adapt to living with humans. They use vocalizations far more with us than they ever do in the wild, and they also seem to be able to adjust their sleeping patterns to more fully adapt to our way of life. This book was extremely fun, and not just because I love cats. The author is a self-admitted cat lover. She owns cats herself, but she really did manage to take an objective stance when she wrote this book. She takes on popular theories and common notions, such as cats are good at hunting rats and mice, that's why we keep them around. When really, unless food is scarce, they tend not to bother. She also takes on the popular theory that cat feces has mind-controlling parasites inside of it. There is indeed a parasite that grows exclusively within cat guts, but according to present research, its effect on humans is minimal. She also takes on the effectiveness of the trap, neuter, and release method of cat population control. I previously thought this was a very effective method, but according to this book, it shows very few advances in controlling wild populations. Overall, this is an engagingly written, honest look at these perplexing, infuriating, but very lovable animals. Moving on to the book about dogs, I would now like to talk to you about A Matter of Breeding, A Biting History of Pedigree Dogs and How the Quest for Status Has Harmed Man's Best Friend by Michael Brandow. This is a book written by a dog walker in New York City and talks about how the concept of a purebred dog is really hurting these animals. Many years ago, dogs used to be bred with a job in mind. They were bred to be able to perform a specific function, and early show dogs were judged based on how well they were going to be able to carry out that function. But over the years, the focus of breeding dogs has shifted entirely to the way that they look. In this book, Michael Brandow suggests that there is no such thing as a purebred dog. Purity of blood does not exist. A dog is a dog is a dog, except some of them are bred for uniformity and appearance. This concept of the purebred dog began in Victorian England and functioned as a status symbol. You couldn't be a true aristocrat with a mongrel by your side, now could you? With the focus of breeders shifting away from the function of the dog and toward the looks of the dog, breeders began more and more to inbreed their dogs with one another, which means to mate a dog with a close relative to bring out more recessive, desirable traits. Of course, the traits that they wanted to bring out were those that they found the most aesthetically pleasing. This is unhealthy for the dog on several levels. Inbreeding is so unhealthy because it's not just the recessive traits for appearance that come out when you inbreed animals, but also any underlying health problems. They will come to the forefront when inbreeding occurs. Also, the cartoon-like traits that breeders seem to almost arbitrarily value are not healthy for the animal. Pugs and other dogs with the smashed-in faces have a lot of troubles breathing. Cocker spaniels and other dogs with big floppy ears are very prone to ear infections, and so on and so forth. Type the name of any popular dog breed into Google followed by health problems, and you will see the most frequent ones for that breed. So if we have concrete evidence of this being a very unhealthy practice, why is it going on? Because people love dog breeds, and I am certainly not immune to that. I would spend hours as a kid flipping through my dog books, falling in love with all the different breed types and imagining which one I would own someday. But I don't think people are aware of the harm that it is causing to the animals that they love so much. They love dogs, so they buy a puppy of their favorite breed from a breeder. They watch dog shows, watching their favorite breeds prance around. They love these animals. But unfortunately, it is these things that encourage breeders to keep up their unhealthy practices. Instead, what they should be doing is mixing breeds, creating a wider gene pool and making healthier dogs. Please let me be very clear about this book. It is not an attack on anyone who loves dog breeds or a specific dog breed, but this book is a takedown of an industry that encourages harmful practices toward innocent animals. I would say that overall this was a good book, but it does go off the rails toward the middle and never really goes back on course. He starts to have overly lengthy discussions on British society, the early American inferiority complex when it comes to high society, and eugenics. Toward the middle and then through the end, it seems that he forgot he was writing a book about dogs and seemed to be more concerned about what dogs represented in society. So while there is a lot of good information to be had toward the beginning of this book, overall it is not as engaging as The Lion in the Living Room. If you have read either of these books, if you've heard about them, I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. You can also find me on a variety of different places on social media, and the links to all of my profiles are linked in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.